Following up with the previous video, in this video, we will define the structure and initialize the structure from user input rather than hard coding the values. And then the last part remains the same. So this part is the same as the previous video and displaying the structure remains the same. This part is the one that changes. So in the previous video, we've actually initialized the structure using pre-written data. But in this video, we will convert this part into a function that actually initializes or grabs the information from the user. So let's get rid of it. And I'm going to change my comment into function to import data for a person. It's going to be a void again, import person. Here we are going to pass a pointer of that variable. We're passing that p by reference. Let's ask the user, let's prompt the user to put in the details into first name. And using scanf, we will store the results into the variable. Okay, now we are referring to the first name of our constructor. What is it called? Structure, not constructor. Not constructor, structure. Okay, and enter last name. That would also change to last. And enter age. That would change into a D for decimal. And this would be the address to age. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about what we've done here. We've used the parameter here is a pointer. So we've done that so that we allow the function to directly modify the original person structure that we will pass from the main. So I'll show you how to do that soon. This way we make sure that the user input data is stored in the correct location memory and persists. So after the function call, we've still preserved that data. It's not only a copy within this function. Now, the other thing that you might have noticed is we've used the ands here for the age, but not for the strings. And that's because for strings, the scanf can directly modify the array without the and sign, because arrays decay into pointers. Whereas the integer, we had to pass the address of the variable to the scanf for modification. So yeah, I hope that made sense. So let's now go down to the main, and here we want to define an array of 5-person structures to store information about multiple people. Sorry if I've got spelling mistakes, but person, people. So similar to what we did in what I've just actually deleted on top, but we're not going to initialize. We will call this function to let the user put in the details they want into the array. Loop, yeah, loop to input data for each person. So I'm just gonna reuse that variable, and I'm gonna call that loop again. And this time, print if enter data for person. Can give it a digit, say who's in the new line, I plus 1. Now, the reason we were doing that is because when we are coming in to get these details, that's just for one person. So here we want to be a bit having more clarity. For that one person, please enter the data. Next, what we do is we actually call that function, input person. And because that's expecting a pointer, so we'll pass in the address of the people array at that index I. I might want to put it in as a comment. Pass the address. Oh, sorry. That's definitely not a comment. I can't see my keyboard very well because of the light. Address of the current person structure. All right. Let's see how that works. Just gonna make sure I haven't got any errors and run. So test 1, test 1. The age is 10. Test 2. Age is 2. Test. Oh, it should have been 20. Oh, I'm definitely being. You get the idea. 50. Okay, so now we printed out the details exactly how we've entered them. So it's looking nice and accurate. I just want to talk a little bit about what we've done here. Now here the and sign again is used to pass the address of the ith element of the people array to the input person function. Now this is necessary because this function, like I said, expects a pointer to a person structure as its argument. It's not the actual structure itself. That's it. I hope this video has been helpful to you, and stay tuned for future ones. I'd like to speak about how we can initialize the data from file, but that's a future one. I'll see you soon.